Hello and welcome back to Toy Story 3. This is Bio Enchanted, and today we'll be continuing this area. We won't be staying in the monster truck for long, it's more just from last time really. So let's head over here first of all and see why we're staying in the monster truck for too long. It's really cumbersome and awkward and I'm just falling off everything right now. This area is interesting, but because of the whole nature of the vehicles, it's also infuriating to actually do things in. If you haven't got the hang of the controls, that is. Especially this nonsense here where we have to do a half pipe. These vehicles don't get much air, especially this one. This one's terrible for getting air. But don't worry, I'll wise up to that and eject the goo in a minute. Well, actually, you can't actually eject the goo from this thing to make it smaller again by just pressing the B button, but I think because it counted as not having the goo at the time, I had to go through the pink thing there. But now we have a much better vehicle for this mission. Of course, the littlest vehicle really doesn't do much. It's very slow, very weirdly cornering, and this one's much more easy to do anything with at all. Well, the tiny car is just awkward to control. At least this thing controls best of all three of them. And generally it's the car I use to do everything in. Because it's the only one that really does what I want it to do half the time, and even then, this kind of thing can happen. It's a very, very, very awkward control scheme, but yeah. But this is not much longer to go with the half-pipe nonsense. But hell, if we're getting that much air, we got, say, gold star for having a bunch of air all at once. Well, at least, it might be cumulative, I don't really know, but either way, it's for getting a bunch of air going. Yeah, getting this can kind of work fairly badly, because this isn't Tony Hawk physics. You don't stick to the actual ramps or anything like that. If there's a little bit of a bounce, your car will bounce, and it will bounce badly. This is not Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk, you stick to the ramps. This game you tend to just do that with, and it gets awkward and weird, and there's no real angle to move at that really works. It's just kind of dumb. And I should have got that one, but yeah. I'm getting closer and closer to it though, I'm nearly there. There we are. But now we can go up here. This is a marker you can select at the end of the track. Well, or at the back of the area rather. This is the bowling thing. I don't really bother actually doing the bowling thing properly because it's garbage. Because if those red things hit you, they send you flying off the course, miles away. So here's me getting a few points on the bowling thing, but not nearly enough to actually pass it. You need to get a 4 strike. And screw doing that. But we've got all the stuff from there, so that's fine. Not with these controls I can't, mate. So, clown hat. But again, that's not related to a gold star, so we can ignore it. Neither is that football other minigames you can see over there. So I always ignore that too. I never even bother doing that. Again, just for me at least, these minigames are just not worth it. It's not like in Spyro where every single thing gives you some kind of a prize. These just kind of are there to just say you've done it. And there's no real thing counting them or anything. But here we get a bunch of gold stars for doing a bunch of different tricks. There's a lot of these actually, quite a few.
How did you do that?
And you have to kind of combine tricks in certain ways in order to make certain tricks happen, much like the Spyro skateboarding stuff, really. That's for doing enough rolls. It's also for doing different kinds of flips, like that combination of things is a lariat. And here we get a fairly tricky jump into the porthole door area, which is a bit further down the track, really. And we of course missed that, so let's go back for that, shall we? This is just one big kind of back street going around there. From the ramps we saw just there, it meets up to there, and comes down this way. But there's a lot of editing here, because there's a lot of aimless driving. I had to cut out like 11 minutes of aimless driving. It's ridiculous. This area is just basically a sweep to show you where everything is and show you a few of the challenges that aren't too obnoxious to do. Whoops. So as you can see, this car is very ludicrously finicky. This is probably the one section of the game I'd consider actually actively bad. Yeah, that's not going to work, but luckily down here we have a few other things we can grab, so... There's our pageant queen hat. Yeah, this area is big. It's relatively empty, but then there's a lot of different challenges to do, and there's also plenty of other things. There's plenty of stuff to do here if you feel like trying to wrestle the cars. So here we're actually going to start doing these challenges. These challenges tend to go through a certain amount of rings before reaching the end. This goes from 10 to 15 to 25. Luckily, that means with the bronze one we can skip a bunch of them and be an idiot with it because, you know, it's easy enough. Next, let's do the silver one. As you may have seen, it's off to one side in this case. And as you'll see, this game does not play well with that kind of ramp. But look at this weird wobbliness there. That has cost me a few times. And don't worry, we'll be back for those capsules we've missed. But here we still don't have to get all of them, just enough. There we are, that'll do. Now, the gold one's the worst one because we actually have to get absolutely every single ring. Oh, that was awkward. Yeah, this game just does not like vehicles much, really. Bullseye and the Dragon control fine, but these cars are just wobbly, awkward, very weird. It's like controlling an actual toy car. But that's not good, because toy cars don't control well. Reminds me of this one RC copter game I got, like, a while ago on the PS2 that controlled like ass. Because it controlled exactly like an RC copter. But yeah, missing that, we've actually missed a whole 10 rings, because that's how many that one ring is worth. So yeah, we have 15 rings out of 25 that we needed for that one. But we also got some windows, so that's nice. I figured we'd try that one again, because why not? As you can see, I've been cutting out quite a lot of failures on this particular area, because... But here I left this in because we actually got down here, which is what I wanted to be at. I'd kind of forgotten about this piece over here. Bit of trouble going around it, but there we are. Yeah, no need to hurt me, everybody. No one's impressed by you pulling off love bug moves.
Come on, you can do it.
A lot of bouncing in this video. Yeah, here we actually have to slow down a bit to make that jump, and that we just nicked the ramp. So there's the 10 rings to start off. So let's just get the rest of them now. Now that's this route pretty much completed. We don't need to go down that ramp anymore. So yay, a little victory spin. So now we have a few other challenges we can take care of in this area that also we're doing simply because they have stuff on them. But first of all, we missed something here. There we are. So let's do the stunt jumps on the far left, shall we? This one's kind of interesting. It's basically, it's not like the last one was, it's just kind of a fairly long route that we need to go down in a particular time limit. So let's do the route first of all, just to get it done, because if we complete one of these challenges or at any level, the gate actually stays down, which means you can then just saunter through the challenge at our leisure. So it doesn't matter that we're making a big mess here and everything, as long as we complete the challenge, we get a prize, and that means we can loop back here and just go through the gate without having to actually activate the stunt jump challenge again. Which is very nice because it means we don't have to worry about the timer getting in the way and just generally being annoying. Yeah, I missed that, so we're going back the other way. But also in the middle lane, there's this thing here that I can grab before. This one's actually kind of fun to explore, but it's very, like, awkward trying to get the right kind of angle to get things. Like, that took a lot of tries to get that single flip. I mean, to get the exhaust pipes rather than the hot rod pipes. I cannot overstate how annoying this part of the game is to play. Let's do a pitiful little jump so we can just grab this thing and be done with it. There we are. It's a roof decoration. And now we're back at the third and final challenge, the big loop. The big loop is the most annoying one because of the shape of the ramps. It's just weird and awkward, and you still have to go to these bloody rings. But again, you'd end up having to go through practically all of them, and then that can happen and really ruin your day if you're not expecting it. And then the big loop, of course, is this. Stick to it, get around the whole thing, and then one final boost off the edge. We've got enough rings to get the bronze one, so that's fine. Let's go back to the car we're good at driving. There we are. That's kind of a dirty trick to have those coloured loop things as well, because they can end up making you the big truck, and that is very bad. All of a sudden you'll have all the cumbersomeness and no momentum, and it just giant tyres, and it's just terrible to control that one. Which is weird, because normally monster trucks are the more fun thing to control. This game can't even get monster trucks right. Here I figured I'd try it, but I didn't expect to do anything good, and spoiler, I didn't. Whoops.
Come on, you can do it.
Happily though, while it didn't retry the mission, it did got me down here for this piece. I do quite like you at least get something for failing those missions. It gives you, like, alleviates how annoying it is at least the first time. Finally, we get that piece. And we can get up here. For this really hard to get piece right in the middle of the loop, that is really difficult to actually hit. Because you don't really have much control when you actually get on the loop of where you're ending up. So let's drop down behind it and see if there's anything up here. I know, but I don't care. We just wanted to get on these little ledges to get down here. There we are. We're nearly done with this terrible area. Just a couple more things to get sorted out. For example, this thing that's really easy to miss, despite being really right there. Let's go to the right here and see what we can get around this area. So we're done with the ramps for now. That's an annoying piece to get up there that you just kind of saw hopping above us there. And this piece is stupid as well. You have to get right up on top of this little thing without platforming, just by driving up it. It's awkward and weird, you can easily fall off, and it's just a dumb placement. I'm not sure if you're supposed to be able to ramp onto it, but that's such a crapshoot that it's just like, nah mate. And this is happening, and it's just... Now we have to ramp off this to get something, so let's do that, shall we? There we go. And also, this is mean. You have to get on here. Really, this is a thing you have to do. This is stupid. This is a stupid ledge, and I don't like this ledge. It's stupid and dumb and bad. But we're very nearly done with this area for this video, so that's pretty nice. So there we go. That area is pretty much cleared out. There's a few things we haven't got yet, but we'll do that next time. So I'll see you then. Goodbye.